Hi, this is Crafting Lisa, and I'm here to share today a couple of squares that I've done, and then we're going to work on how we all get started sooner or later is by making a granny square together. So let me just show you. Here's one of the squares that I've been making. You can see that one. It's a very large square, many different color changes and interactions. And then there's this other square that I've been working on. Very 3D the effects, making a very interesting pattern and square. So first we're going to start with a granny square. So for making our granny square, we're going to start with our slip knot on our hook. Again, I'm using a very large hook, an 8 millimeters, to make it easier to see and understand. So we've got our slip knot on our hook. What we're going to do now is yarn over hook, and this is how you make a chain as well. Yarn over hook and pull through that chain. We're going to chain 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. We're going to slip stitch into the beginning chain, to make a circle. Again, this is more for beginners. If you're more advanced, you could use the magic circle. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and that will stand for our first single double crochet. Yarn over the hook, and we're going to make 2 double crochets more inside the circle. 1 and 2. So we've got the starting chain of 3, and we've got 2 double crochets. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Then we're going to make another set of 3 double crochets inside the circle. Yarn over hook, 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're going to chain 2 to separate those groups of double crochets. So now we've got 2 sets of 3 double crochets and chain 2s. We're going to make a third set. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and a third one. Chain 2. We've got 3 sets of 3 double crochets. I'm going to make one more set. So 3 more into that circle. And now we have 4 sets of 3 double crochets. We're going to chain 2. Then we're going to slip stitch in the beginning chain 3. That chain 3 that stands as a double crochet that we made first, we're going to slip stitch to join in there. These big hooks can be kind of tricky. So slip stitch. There, it's joined. Now, once again, we're going to do a chain 3 to stand for a double crochet. We're going to go back into that same space where we just joined. We're going to make 2 more double crochets in that space. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So now we have the chain 3 and 2 double crochets in that chain 2 space. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to skip over the cluster of 3 double crochets. We're going to go into the next chain 2 space, and we're going to make 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to make 3 more in the very same space. We're going to make 3 more double crochets after the chain 2. 1, 2, and a third one. So now we've got a little cluster here of 2 chains and 3 double crochets, all in 1 chain 2 space. So we're going to chain 2 now, and we're going to move on to the next chain 2 space of the row below. So we're going to do 3 in there, chain 3 double crochets, 1, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and we're going to make 3 more double crochets inside that same chain 2 space. 1, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets. So now we have 2 clusters of 6 double crochets with a chain 2 in the middle. So now we chain 2, we move on to the next chain 2 space in the row before, and we make 3 double crochets in there. 1, 2, 3, chain 2 like we did before in the last one, and 3 more double crochets in the same space. 2, and a third, 3 double crochets in that space. So now we need to chain 2. We're going to work in that spot we started in. We're going to make 3 double crochets in the last space that we started with our chain 3 in. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, and we're going to chain 2. Then we're going to slip stitch to join in that beginning chain 3 that we made. So there it's starting to become looking more like a corner, like corners on a square. You see that? So now what we would do is chain 3 to get us started on this row. We'll chain 3 again, work 2 into the same space, the beginning space where the chain 3 is, 2 double crochets, then we're going to chain 2, and now there's a space, another chain, the next chain 2 space that we can see. We're going to chain 3 in there, double crochet 3 in there. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochets. After that, it's not a corner, so we're not making 3, then chain 2, then 3 more. This is a side we're working on. So we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to go into the corner, the next chain 2 space, and that's a corner. So we're going to double crochet 3, chain 2, and double crochet 3 again in the same space, in the corner space. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So that's keeping the corner like a corner. So now we chain 2, we go into that next chain 2 space on the side, and we double crochet 3 times. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochet. We're going to chain 2. We're going to go into the corner space again now. Corner chain in the chain 2 on the corner, and we're going to double crochet 3 times. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and we put 3 more double crochets in the same space because it's our corner. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, chain 2. We're back on the side of the square again. We're going to do 3 double crochets into that space, the chain 2 space, the next one. Let's do 3 double crochets. 1 double crochet, do them slowly. 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets. Sometimes it's harder working with these big hooks than it is with the smaller hooks. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're at our corners. So we're going to double crochet 3 times in that corner space. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to put 3 more double crochets in the same space, the corner space. 1, 2, and 3. You can see it's looking like a square. Our corners with the 6 double crochets. Our side has the 3 double crochets only. So we'll chain 2, and then we're working on the side, so we'll do 3 double crochets in that space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, and we're back to the original corner where we started with our chain 3. So what we'll do is we'll double crochet 3 in there, in that space. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet. We will chain 2, and once again what we do on our finishing of the round is we'll slip stitch into the 3 chain, the original 3 chain that we made, the top one, and we'll slip stitch into that. Finish the round. And here we have a granny square. Now, if you continue to crochet onto this, our next round, we would have 2 spaces that we would put 3 double crochets in. And we would keep our corners with the 6. So you can see how it would grow. We had 1 space before, so we put 3. Now we have 2 open spaces that we're going to put 3 double crochets in. I'll just show you that first round. So again, to start the round, we chain 3. And we double crochet twice into the same space as the chain 3 we just made. 1, 2, to separate and get us to the next space that's over, we're going to chain 2. And then in the next space, this space here, we're going to double crochet 3. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, see, in the next space. Now we're going to chain 2 to get us across these and to the next space. So we're going to chain 2, oops, 1, 2, and we're going to go into the next space and we're going to double crochet 3 again. We double crocheted 3 into the next space here. So next you can see we're at the corner again. So we're going to chain 2 to get us over these crochets to the space. We're going to chain 2. We're going to go into that corner space, double crochet 3 times, chain 2, and double crochet another 3 into that same corner space. So we have 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in that space, all in the corner space, the one space. So here we are starting on the next side of the square. We'll go around. Next, we'd finish the square, and then the next row we have 3 spaces for the 3 double crochets and then our corner pieces. So you can see how it gets larger. First there was 1 space and we could only do our corner pieces. Then there was 2 spaces to put our triple crochet in, and now there's going to be 3 spaces, and it gets larger and larger and grows in that way. I hope that was simple enough, and I hope you enjoyed watching that. And join me for more tips and more projects that we're going to do. I hope you enjoyed the squares from the beginning. This one again. Looks like a stained glass with all the 3D effect. Once you get squares down pat, you can move on to making these beautiful. This one is very colorful. Tropical, I call it. Squares. It's a very large square. You can see all the 3D effects. Puff stitches, bobble stitches or popcorn stitches. So if you want to get into working these beautiful designs, practice your granny squares and try other squares with shells, and there's all sorts of squares you can make with all sorts of patterns, but the granny square is a simple one to start with, a basic one. So I hope you liked, and you'll share and comment, and please subscribe, and I'll be back with more tips and tricks and more projects. Have a great night.